Welcome to this Tales from the Hut Hangar episode covering another very rare airliner, the Blackburn H.S.T.10. H.S.T. stood for High Speed Transport, and this aircraft was also known as its test registration B-9. And as you can see by this really nice photograph from 1934, it was a very advanced looking aircraft for its time. The H.S.T.10 was a twin-engine commercial monoplane, all-metal, 12-seat aircraft with retractable undercarriage. It was powered by two 365 horsepower Napier Rapier engines, and it was built by the Blackburn Aircraft Company on the banks of the Humber at Brough, East Yorkshire, England. Like the Blackburn Seagrove before it, it had a unique Donaldson monospar wing. This was a single-spar all-metal wing claimed to be lighter than the two-spar design, while also stiff in torsion and bending. The spar also served as a fuel tank. The wing was an all-metal construction with a fabric covering. The fuselage was a semi-monocoque construction with an alclad skin. The one-piece wing was mounted below the fuselage and featured a large wing root fillet to minimise drag. Cabin accommodation was provided for 12 passengers, with provisions made for heating, ventilation and even a toilet at the rear of the cabin. The pilots had individual rudder pedals but a single handle on the central control column, which could be swung round in front of either pilot's seat. A transparent sliding roof and slide-in side windows were provided for the cockpit, the top sliding panel being fitted with a sunblind. The cockpit was separated from the 18-foot by 4-foot 4-inch by 5-foot 6-inch high cabin. At the rear of the aircraft was a toilet and a 35 cubic foot luggage space. Configurations drawn up by Blackburn include a 12-seat and an 8-seat passenger cabin, or 4 bunk stretchers as medical transport. A military version was drawn up named the CA-21B following a request from the Air Ministry, but this was not built, despite the Dunkerson wing, high lift flaps and 2 entirely new engines. Additionally, the first Blackburn designed to include a hydraulic operated and retractable undercarriage. In many ways, the concept of the H.S.T.10 anticipated the post-war de Havilland Dove executive and commuter aircraft that was built around the mid-40s. The Cunliffe-Owen Concordia that I covered in a previous episode came some 10 years later than the H.S.T.10. It was aimed at the same market and a similar size. Links for this episode are in this episode's description. Military orders for the Blackburn Baffin and Shark delayed work on the H.S.T.10, while sadly the project suffered an even further blow when Frank Dunkerson sadly was killed in a car accident. Nevertheless, the project was completed structurally, inspected and then signed off, ready for taxiing trials on the 7th of July 1936. The H.S.T.10 remained unflown due to Blackburn's directing their resources to meet the ever-increasing demands of other aircraft production. So on to the first flight. Well, sadly this never happened, so the aircraft remained in the flight hangar. The sole prototype was donated in 1939 to the Loughborough College as an instructional airframe and was sadly broken up in 1946. And that was the end of H.S.T.10, an aircraft that looked well advanced for its years, and it's a shame it never flew, but another interesting contribution to civil aviation in this country. And this goes out as a tribute to all the people involved in the aircraft, and no doubt they went on to build other fine aircraft in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and look out for any more specials we have coming our way, along with the normal Hut and Hangar podcasts. So again, thanks for listening, and see you soon.